But if you're looking for a deal and you go online and get your online trust, you're getting something cheap for a reason. And a lot of the times it's missing those elements. And so we end up in a lot of situations not being able to do a Hegstad because of those DIY type of trusts that you get online. And so it doesn't have the protections that you would have if you went to someone like myself. But
I get
Hegstad's
my credit card online and get a trust for $9.99. You're saying somebody might have to come pay you $5,000 later to fix it?
When I'm feeling down, I can't wait for a strong cup of coffee and I tune in. I'm waking on up to Java with Jim. I know my best day can begin. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Job with JIMS. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now you have a friend in the real estate business, and you've got a friend in the attorney business. My good friend Jim Filippi, Esquire. I've sent him a lot of clients. None of them have gone to jail. Jim, are you drinking some coffee this morning?
I know we named this show the Java with Jims, but I'm the only Jim on this show, I think, that doesn't drink coffee. But I know you got something special in that coffee today, though.
Well, yeah, I'm drinking my coffee, and I like my coffee just like I like my women, frozen and unsweetened. So,
You were really trying to antagonize a lot of hate mail for yourself, aren't you?
or maybe I just have access to a good thesaurus. So, Jim, Hagstead Act. I learned about that thanks to you. And tell me if I'm crazy. You can use the Hagstead, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's not the Larry Hagman Act, it's the Hagstead Act, to kind of speed things up a little bit. Can you explain it?
Yeah, it's not actually an act. It was a case from the early 90s. The state of Hegstad. It was just a guy that died. And not just, I don't want to diminish that, but it wasn't any kind of action taken by the
Well,
state
I
level.
prefer clients who don't die. Okay.
Yeah. But it was a case where the client had established a trust, and as does happen, the house was either put in or taken out of the trust at some point. I'm sorry, it was put in the trust and then taken out, or vice versa. And anyways, by the time he died, the house wasn't actually titled in the name of the trust. And in those situations, you have a few options. One of them is to go through the full probate process and then have usually you have a will that says, give all my assets to my trust. And that takes care of getting the house ultimately in the trust, but there's a shortcut that is done, and it was codified in I forget which year it was codified, but now it's an 850 petition. It's just 850 of the probate code. But it was based on the Hegstad decision in the early 1990s. And what it just says is that if you can show that the person that passed, that they intended for that house to be a trust asset, you can get an order from the court that says it's a trust asset rather than going through the whole probate process. And so it saves a lot of time and a lot of expenses of going through the full probate process. But ultimately, you have to show that there was an intent for that to be a part of the trust assets. And so, as practitioners, when we're in the drafting process, we do a lot of things to make sure we have the ability to, show that intent. Unfortunately, if you are one of those that are looking for a deal, and I'm, no offense to those that do that, but if you're looking for a deal and you go online and get your online trust, you're getting something cheap for a reason. And a lot of the times it's missing those elements. And so we end up in a lot of situations not being able to do a Hegstad because of those DIY type of trusts that you get online. And so it doesn't have the protections that you would have if you went to someone like myself. But
I get
Hegstad's
my credit card online and get a trust for $9.99. You're saying somebody might have to come pay you $5,000 later to fix it?
Well, a lot of our trust and estate litigation is created through those type of trusts, those type of wills. And so, you know, one of the things I always say, and it's a sad reality, is that when we die, we're gonna pay then or we're gonna pay now. And if you pay then, you're going to pay a whole lot more then than you would if you just planned right now.
And it's not you because you're gonna be dead, but your heirs are gonna be paying through the nose. Okay, you want to come back tomorrow for one more episode this week?
Yeah, absolutely. Be happy to.